So, the survival game genre is, without a doubt, one of the most popular and exciting out there. It lets you explore vast open worlds. Whether you're navigating through dense forests or abandoned cities, there's always a thrill around the corner. But before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on any of the exciting content we have coming up. Go ahead, I'll wait a second. Done? Awesome. The Long Dark. Imagine a world where everything powered by electricity suddenly stops working. Yeah, pretty intense, right? And that's not your only problem. Nature itself becomes your biggest enemy. This game is addictive and truly captures what a survival game should be all about. You're dropped into the icy wilderness of Canada. Snow-covered forests and frozen lakes stretch out as far as the eye can see. One minute, the sky is clear, and the next, you're caught in a deadly blizzard. You need to find shelter, hunt for food, and scavenge for supplies if you want to make it through. Wildlife like wolves and bears roam the wilderness, and they're just as desperate to survive as you are. Every encounter with these creatures could turn into a fight for your life. The game features a realistic day-night cycle and dynamic weather patterns. So every time you play, it feels different and challenging. So, if you're up for a truly immersive and challenging survival experience, The Long Dark is definitely a game you need to check out. It's all about the raw, unforgiving beauty of nature and your fight to stay alive. Next on the list is DayZ. Launched for Windows back in 2013, it's been around for over a decade and remains a standout in the survival genre. Set in a fictional post-Soviet region, you must survive an epidemic by staying fed, hydrated, dry, and healthy. If you haven't tried DayZ yet, it's definitely worth checking out. DayZ drops you into a fictional post-Soviet region called Chernobyl. The setting is bleak and unforgiving, with remnants of a society that has collapsed under the weight of a deadly epidemic. The game starts with you having almost nothing, just the clothes on your back. From there, you need to scavenge for food, water, medical supplies, and weapons. The threat of starvation and dehydration is constant. You'll have to explore abandoned buildings, scrounge through debris, and sometimes even engage in combat just to get what you need. And it's not just the environment you have to worry about. There are other survivors out there, and not all of them are friendly. Some might help you, but others could see you as a threat or an easy target for their next meal. This adds a layer of tension and unpredictability to the game. Every encounter with another player is filled with uncertainty. Then there are the infected, humans turned into mindless, violent creatures by the epidemic. For the RPG lovers out there, don't miss Tribes of Midgard. You get to play as a Viking defending against giant invaders during Ragnarok, the end of the world event in Norse mythology. This game offers a cooperative gameplay experience. Now, you might be wondering, what's Brazil got to do with survival games? Although it's an indie game developed by a Russian studio, it's set in the Amazon rainforest. The game's realistic tropical plants and Brazilian wildlife make for a truly immersive experience. In Green Hell, you find yourself deep in the dense, lush Amazon. The environment is teeming with realistic tropical plants and creatures straight out of the Brazilian wilderness, from jaguars prowling in the undergrowth to poisonous frogs camouflaged among vibrant foliage. Every step poses a potential threat. It's not just survival against the elements, it's a battle against nature itself. The game's attention to detail is striking. You'll need to navigate through dense vegetation, build shelters from natural resources, and scavenge for food and water to stay alive. The lush, immersive world feels alive, with dynamic weather and a day-night cycle affecting your every decision. What makes Green Hell stand out is its realism and emphasis on survival skills. You'll need to learn to identify edible plants from poisonous ones, treat injuries using natural remedies, and fend off predators using crafted weapons. It's a game that challenges your knowledge of the environment and rewards clever problem solving. But survival isn't just physical, it's mental too. As you explore, You'll uncover a narrative that delves into themes of isolation, indigenous culture, and the human impact on the rainforest. It adds depth to your journey, making each discovery as compelling as it is challenging. Green Hell also offers a cooperative mode where you can team up with friends to tackle the challenges of the rainforest together. Ark Survival Evolved, set on a mysterious island full of primitive creatures, including dinosaurs. You must gather resources, build structures, and withstand natural elements to survive. Training and taming these giant creatures is crucial to staying alive in this wild world. Ark demands patience and dedication, so be ready for a serious commitment. Let's talk about Subnautica Below Zero, the sequel to the 2018 hit. This underwater adventure takes place on an alien oceanic world, expanding the story of its universe. You'll discover abandoned research stations, uncharted biomes, and build habitats and vehicles, all while surviving the icy climate. Don't let the cold catch you off guard. Sometimes survival games don't need to reinvent the wheel, like Grounded. What makes this game unique is its setting, a world inhabited by tiny creatures you might find in your garden. It focuses on exploration and adventure with RPG elements in a cooperative mode that supports up to 9 players, making it a fun and engaging experience. After surviving a plane crash in the forest, you find yourself in a mysterious place with no resources. Sounds bad, right? But it gets worse. You'll face creatures of the forest and mutant cannibals. Inspired by horror films, this game combines dark themes with a Minecraft-like aesthetic, but with much more realistic graphics. You survive a plane crash and find yourself stranded on a mysterious island filled with cannibals, mutants, and eerie supernatural elements. Your goal is simple, yet daunting. Search for Timmy, who is the player's son, and survive. You'll explore the island, scavenge for resources, build shelters, and craft weapons to defend against the island's hostile inhabitants. Now, looking ahead to Sons of the Forest, the sequel promises to amp up the terror and excitement. Set in the same unsettling universe, Sons of the Forest expands on the eerie atmosphere and survival challenges of its predecessor. With improved graphics and new gameplay mechanics, it aims to deliver an even more immersive and chilling experience, if you're a fan of survival games or enjoy a good scare. The Forest and its upcoming sequel, Sons of the Forest, are definitely worth checking out. Get ready to plunge into a world where danger lurks around every corner, and survival depends on your wits and courage. Packed with zombies, combat, crafting, mining, and exploration, 7 Days to Die offers a lot for fans of survival horror RPGs. Even after a decade, it's still a hit in the survival genre. In this game, you're in a world overrun by zombies. Your goal is to scavenge for supplies, build shelter, and defend yourself against waves of zombies that get tougher every 7th day, hence the name. It's all about surviving against the odds. Finally, we have Days Gone, set in the post-apocalyptic state of Oregon. With society in collapse after a global pandemic, you'll explore this world on a motorcycle from a third-person perspective. This game won awards for Best Visual Design, Best Narrative, and Best PlayStation Game in 2019. Riding through a world where trains brought in corpses during the epidemic, you'll face deadly encounters and intense battles. So, did you know about these games? What do you think of the list? Drop a comment below and tell us which one is your favorite. Thanks for sticking around until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you won't miss anything. See you in the next video.